Leave it in the past. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the season premiere of Impulse Season 5 Into Atlantis. Tonight is the premiere, so it's the boringest day of them all, as everyone calls it, and yeah. So basically all that's going to happen is the rules are going to be read, the format's going to be told, and the twist will be revealed. Nothing any of you probably want to see, but without further ado, let's welcome the nurses. Which Zach still doesn't understand at all.
It's baffling.
Starting with Esme. Next, we are welcoming Gianna Reed, which is one of our vets this season. Then we are going to welcome Kaysen Heathcote. Yeah. Love names. Next, we are going to welcome Marvin. I don't know why Gianna is not coming through, but it is okay. Marvin is also one of our beloved vets this season. Next, we're going to welcome Nemo. There's not very many people here tonight, so that's lovely. We love it. Then we're welcoming Ray, and we'll just go ahead and let Vinny in because those are the only people that are here tonight. Wow, love to see nobody showing up already on night one.
Great.
All right. You are all allowed to have your cameras on if you want them on. Production is not going to show their face though, because
Why not?
Just the people behind the cameras. So with that being said, let me rename all of my production team to our real names. Zach, can you put co-host beside your name? And Casey, can you put Pride, please? I don't want to change your name. I'm too lazy. So we're going to let Vinny connect to audio, and then I will get started with the boringest day of the season, as everyone calls it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with the format of Impulse, because that's what everyone wants to know. So yeah. Impulse is an online reality game hosted, created, and produced by me. Amazing. Love that. Everyone already knows this. Each game week will consist of 3 main competitions, 2 ceremonies, and 1 flat line each week. The game will also have temptations and twists like no other. The first thing that happens in Impulse is the cardiologist competition. The way it will work is the host, myself, will give all the players in the game a competition. There will be 2 winners for some period of time in the game. Eventually, it will go to 1 winner. The winners of this competition will make 2 people be their patients. So for the past players that are here, yes, there's a lot of new terms, but it will be okay. We'll get through it. For the week, each cardiologist winner will pick 1 person. So, for example, if Esme and Kaysen are the cardiologists for the week, they will each nominate 1 or make 1 person their patient, quote. Yeah. So then after that is all done, next is the lifeline competition. What this does is it saves you from being a patient for the week. 2 people will win the competition set in place by the host for a period of time in the game. At some point, it will go to 1 winner, then it will no longer be a competition. So at some point in the game, this will no longer be a competition you guys have to compete in, and it does fade away. So, after the lifeline competition, we will move into the cardiologist winners picking their patients. In the patient ceremony, the 2 people selected are at risk of being flatlined. After the first ceremony, we move into the hero competition. The way it will work is the 2 cardiologists and patients, as well as 2 others selected by the patients, will compete in the comp set in place by the host. The winner of the competition can save one of the patients from being flatlined and being out of the game. However, if you are not the patient, a cardiologist, or have a lifeline, you can be picked as a patient if you save someone. So unlike Big Brother, if you use a veto, you cannot be the replacement. In this game, if you use the quote veto, you can be the replacement, if you're not somehow saved. The last ceremony will take place and is the hero ceremony. The hero of the week can decide to save one of the patients from being flatlined. If they do, as stated above, they are not safe in some way, they can be picked as a replacement patient. Finally, we will have all the RNs. Y'all are considered RNs. Get the gist? Yeah, haha, funny. Finally, we will have the RNs vote on who they think the cardio should let flatline. The person with the most votes will be flatlined and be out of the game. If there is a tie in the votes, the cardios will either vote together or against each other in private. If they vote together, then the person they both voted for will flatline. If the tie remains, then we will go into a deadlock vote. Deadlock vote rules. If there is a deadlock, the two patients and cardios will go onto a will. Don't even come for me for the way I say it because we will fight. If the will lands on one of the cardios' names, then the person they voted for is evicted. And if it lands on one of the patient's name, whichever patient it lands on is flatlined and out of the game. Impulse endgame. So this is a while from now, but we will still explain it. At the end, we will be left with 3 RNs sometimes. This season, it will be 2. It will be a final 2 for the first time in Impulse history. The RNs will plead their case to the ghost, aka jurors, as to why they should win the game. The way it will work is below. I will read it to you. To start, the ghost gets to ask questions, one at a time, and we'll have 30 minutes. They can ask any questions unrelated to what could be said in a final speech. They can only ask one question for one finalist at a time. After the questions are all asked, the final RNs will have 10 minutes each to state why they deserve to win, outlining every move they made and how they did what they did. After each player states why they should win, the ghost will then cast votes, one at a time for who they think deserves to win the game. The person with the most votes will win and become an Impulse king or queen, or even in between. After a winner is crowned, the host and production of the game will present awards to the players. I'm sure that all makes sense to all of you. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Now, I do have some notes that I'm going to go ahead and read for you in a second. Let me take a drink of this pop because my mouth is crying for something to drink. So, Impulse notes for players. A full game week is played out in one night's time. So if tonight was night 1, we would have the cardio comp and all that. Everything would happen like a regular night. So nights the game will take place on our Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Report time for all, quote, staff is at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the days required. Days off are your days to relax, watch your temptations, and to talk to other players. The game overall can take anywhere from 2 to 5 weeks. The game is meant for fun only. We do not take death serious. We do take death seriously, and the host of the game is a LPN and works in a hospital. This game is not meant to make a joke about death or anything related. We just want to use fun terms for a fun game. And finally, sit back and play on. Good luck, everyone. Now, your next thing you will be read to, or that will be read to you, is the rules of the game. So, first things first, I say this to everyone before every season. This is your only and final warning. Once these rules are read and you break a rule, you are removed from the game immediately. There are some exceptions. The exceptions will be outlined. There is no one under the age of 18, so we do not need to read that. No disrespecting the host or players. This includes saying racial, homophobic, or any kind of slurs to cause harm to a player or hate. Arguing with the decision production makes. Whatever we say 9 out of 10 times is final and not up for debate, period. Don't be a Chandler. Be as active as possible. Show up to all challenges and votings, etc. In orgs, we know personal things can happen. If you have something going on, please reach out to production in advance. We understand that everyone goes through things in life. If you're going through something, we're not going to be mad at you if you can't show up. And yes, don't be a Chandler, as Marvin said. Chandler's from season 1 and argued about every single situation that happened. And it was really annoying. Vote. If you fail to vote 2 times at any time, you will be medically evacuated from Impulse. Excuse me, that needs fixed. And not asked to return. So yeah, if you're removed from the game, you will never return. None of the vets here were removed from my game. Love that. Send a confessional at least once around. We aren't strict with this. So this is one of the things that aren't going to apply. Like, you will be removed if you don't. But this season, confessionals do get you rewards. So if you send enough and we feel like you're telling us the tea, the drama, everything we want to know, you can get rewarded for it. So be on the lookout. No screenshots are to be sent. Sometimes this rule will be bypassed. We will get to the reason. No forwarding messages either. The only reason for this rule to be bypassed is if you're sending the screenshot to production. If there's a situation and you need to prove something, then you can obviously send a screenshot to us. You will not send screenshots to the main chat. You will only use your production chat for screenshotting. We also don't care if you're like sending us a screenshot of a one-on-one chat to give us clarification of something you're talking about in a confessional. That is very fine with us. So on Zoom, we will have 2 breakout rooms. One will say do not enter and the other one will say diary room. You will never go into the do not enter breakout room. That is just a holding place for me to call you to the diary room when it is time. So with that being said, here's the next rule. When you are asked to come to the diary room to vote, please have a pen and paper ready and be ready to tell us why you are voting the way you are. Yes, we want to see your vote written out on paper. We try to bring Survivor aspects and Big Brother aspects into the game, so writing it down is always fun. You can have up to 3 friends in your production chat, but I reserve the right to remove them if they expose info to other players. We're also not going to allow anyone to have the same friends. So if Esme were to put, I don't know, for example, if Kaysen wasn't playing and she put Kaysen in her DR, then that's fine. She can have him there, but then Vinny's not going to be allowed to also have Kaysen in the DR with him, just to keep the, fluttering around and stuff like that. Yeah. Anything in your production chat stays there. Do not write a confessional and try to send it to someone or make a video confessional and send it to someone. If someone does this, tell me. I will not out you for telling me if they did it. Yes, this includes fake confessionals. Don't try to make fake confessionals. That is like the most annoying gameplay ever. Yeah. There will be idols in play. Ways to find idols are looking and analyzing photos sent by production. The twist could have some kind of idol you can find, and by claiming scrolls or even flash challenges. There are other powers in play in this game. Some famous powers we have that the vets are already going to know are the Atlas Rock, the Revived power, and yes, they're both going to be somewhere in this season, I'm sure. And those are our 2 famous powers that will probably appear sometime.
That's hot.
Do not try to cheat in certain comps. Strategy does not mean cheating, and don't be a bitch because it's annoying, it's trashy, and it doesn't look good. And you will be removed. That's not how we like it here. Don't be a Chandler once again. During evictions, you will only vote when asked to come to the diary room. You will show us your vote on paper and say it out loud. You will tell us why you voted this way, and then we will ask you to send your vote to your production chat on Messenger. You won't need to send your vote this season. Casey will be in the diary room with me, so it's okay. You don't need to send your vote, but it will be wrote down and noted for voting charts that will be sent to each and every one of you after the season. So that's the tea. Yeah. Where was I at? Oh, there it is. There is to be no talking about who you are voting while voting is happening. Once I say it is time to vote, your mouth should be shut, sealed, completely off. That this includes in chats as well. You're not allowed to talk in chats. You must sit here silently as if you're sitting on the Big Brother couch waiting for the votes to be revealed. If you're caught talking about your votes during the voting period, we will be giving strikes. Your first strike will be a warning, your second will be a disadvantage, and the third will result in removal and could reset the week. If you are removed or you quit for any reason, you will not be asked for any returnee season. Some exemptions apply. If you leave my game because someone dies in your family or you have a funeral, I'm not going to be mad at you. I'm not going to hold a grudge against you. If there's something personal going on, if you don't feel like you can continue the game mentally, we're not going to be mad about certain things like that. If you quit and you just quit for no reason, then that's when there's an issue because there's no reason to quit. While we are live, please keep the cussing to a minimum. I understand there will be fights at times and you will feel the need to cuss, and that is fine. However, YouTube is annoying and will try to block us and take us down one by one, and it's annoying. Anyways, if you're fighting with someone during a live or a call, calls or house meetings, they can be called and happen, and production deems it to be too far, we will ask you to stop. If you continue after we have asked you to stop, English, what are you? If you continue after we have asked you to stop, you will both be muted, or how many other people are involved, and removed from the call. If it's on Messenger, you'll be removed from the Messenger house meeting call. And if it's on Zoom, we will remove you from the Zoom and you'll miss whatever competitions you miss and we won't care. We're going to keep it civil as we can. We understand fights happen. We want fights to happen. But when they get too far, we obviously don't want anyone to get upset, hurt, or harmed during the game. So, when we go live, you will start in the Zoom waiting room. Do not leave. We will let you in one at a time. When everyone is in the waiting room or at 9, the link to the Zoom meetings will be sent at 8:45 to 8:50, giving you 10 to 15 minutes to join the Zoom. All Alliance chats need to have all members of production in them. Myself, Zach, and Casey. If production finds out there is an Alliance chat and we are not in it, we will expose you. Not really, but just know that it is there. We will find out also. Also, make sure all chats have an Alliance name. Once you make the chat, figure out a name. It's boring when it's just a chat with a bunch of random names at the top. And we give awards for Alliance names. And make sure you make me an admin of the chat, just in case one of you get voted out and I need to remove one of you from the chat. It's easier that way, just in case, and just to keep the peace. You can play most powers when votes are in, and I direct you to. So like Survivor, I will say if you have a hidden immunity idol and or advantage and would like to play it, now's the time to do so. Typically, all advantages are playable then. If I said when you found the power to alert us at a certain time, then do so whenever we said. To play a power, say me to where I hear it. I will ask what the power is and how you are using it. You will then I write out all the powers on a little scroll picture thing and I send it to you when you find a power. If you have that, you need to keep them at all times. You will then send that picture to the main chat, signifying that it is a real power. And if you make your own trying to make a fake power, I will just expose you for making a fake power. And it has happened in other games. It's never happened here, but I've done it in other games as well. So I'll just let you live with that. To play a power, you will say me to where I can hear it. I will ask what the power is, blah, 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 blah. I already told you that. Yeah, that's that. Extra reminder. Here you go. I'm saying it one more time. If you break any of these rules at any time, you will be removed from this game immediately. This is your only and final warning. There is no strike system in Impulse. Once you fail to follow a rule, I will remove you. Severity plays a part in this, and some of the above rules are not that strict. Note for all of you, if you feel you need to vent about anything, even unrelated to game, production will listen. If you feel upset or worry about things, we will all help to the best of our ability. As host, it is our job to make sure you are all in a safe place during the duration of our game. All right, now, if you understand all the rules I just read aloud to you, please send the words, I agree to the rules of Impulse to your production chat now. If you have any questions, please ask in your production chat as well now. I will wait to get some of your messages saying you agree. I will also send the document to the main chat once we are done with everything tonight. All right, I'm getting messages. Miles being extra. All right, the final thing tonight. Are you all ready to know what the twist this season is?
No.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
too bad, because here we go. This season's twist. Welcome to Atlas Island. How it works. Each round before any comms happen, the players will vote to send one person to Atlas Island. They cannot vote themselves. So if you're voting, you obviously can't vote yourself. The person voted there will pick a number 1 through 10 on Chatsy.com. Yes, I'm going back to the old ways. It's so lovely. I will have it pick a number live, and if you pick the same number as Chatsy, you will get something. I'm not saying if it's bad or good, but it could be either. After you are there, you are safe for the week, but cannot compete in any of the competitions. So yeah, you are done. You have to leave the Zoom. Once you're on Atlas Island, you're stuck there for the whole game day. So that'll be an interesting twist. Now, Mr. Vinny Reed, since you have a punishment, week 1, you will not be eligible to go to Atlas Island. Everyone else is fair game to go to Atlas Island. And yeah, we love to see it. So there will also be underlying twists that happen each week. And for your first twist for week 1, you will be competing as true rookies versus vets. Rookies can only nominate vets, and vets can only nominate rookies. This will only be week 1, so have at it with yourself. Have fun, let loose, and get down and have a great time. For now, that is all I have for each and every one of you. And tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, one of you, or one of the people that didn't happen to show up tonight, will be the first person flatlined and out of Impulse Season 5, Vets versus Rookies into Atlantis. To the viewers, what do we have up our sleeves this season? The players are settled in and ready, but what's to come next? Good night, viewers, and we will see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here, same place, different